Hello everyone, it is me, Christy, and we are doing a video for Cat Voleur's new collection cover. I actually did this cover over a year ago, I believe now. I was super inspired by an artist that I follow named Robert Roberto Diaz. He draws these really macabre and grotesque style images, but they're also super beautiful and remind me of like old vintage Victorian style portraits. So that's why I started off with this portrait in particular. But I needed to remove her head, so we did that, and then I needed to kind of carve out where I wanted her mouth to start. I also started by giving her like a new lip, but I didn't put too much focus or time into making that pretty because, as you'll see, we really go ham in the gore department. Well, maybe not ham, but we at least went some light turkey. Anyway, then I used this mouth from a stock image of a clown just to get that shape with some teeth in it, because the idea is that her head is split open and flowers are blooming out of it. Of course, these flowers are a perfect little bouquet and not actually growing. But you know, we're here for the aesthetics, not to make sense. So I started fixing the color in that. I really wanted to keep with sort of these grungy purple mauve type of tones. So the image that I am referencing when I was creating this also had these little skulls in the flowers. The only thing is because he drew it, the skulls look more flower-esque than this, as to where with mine I just wanted to give the impression of them within the flowers as if they were centerpieces instead. So afterwards I began drawing little thin red lines, and I started multiplying those to get sort of a thicker consistency, but also to add a little bit of dimension. The idea was like they're saliva strands, but bloody. Why are saliva strands going from all of the flowers and stuff? I don't know. I do things for the aesthetic. Don't ask an artist why they chose to do something the way they did. And then because I lost some of the, or maybe the image didn't, I don't know now. I think the image just didn't have it. I wanted to deepen up her collarbones and stuff, and then I started adding white saliva strands to the red so that we would get this really gross looking texture. And then I started applying a splatter texture and blending in the roses more. And then we ended up with this image. I know I went over to VSO after and did a lot of different things with filters and stuff like that, but I don't have that video. But that's usually what I always do, is I go over there and I play with the color scheme and I add grunge and things like that. And then this little cover sat in my pre-made site for months and months and months until the lovely cat came and gave it its final home now. I'm so glad to see this one out, and I urge you to go and pre-order this book. So thank you!